Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez agreed to marry and live together forever. But only one night before the wedding, the worst nightmare of her life happened. In her childhood, she lived in a poor and dangerous neighborhood. Her difficult upbringing was an obstacle to achieving her dream. Her father rejected the idea of acting and wanted her to become a lawyer. But she disobeyed his orders, and after graduating from high school, she decided to pursue her dream.
My mom and I did have a falling out.
I said, no, you can't do this. We had this huge fight.
It was kind of like, you do this or you leave. Was 18 years old and had nowhere to go.
After being kicked out of the house, Jennifer went to an acting and singing studio.
And I sleep here when everybody goes home on the couch, and they were like, okay.
Despite that, she did not give up, did not return to her family home, and decided to continue on the path of her dream.
There's a time in all of our lives where we want to get ahead, where we have an ambition, where we want to do more, where we want to succeed further. And sometimes we hit a wall, and we don't know how to get past it.
It took Jennifer many years before producers were convinced of her as an actress.
You get rejected a lot. I say for the 40-something movies I've done, I've gotten 100 no's in between.
At that time, Ben Affleck was the rising star who was adored by the public. He won an Oscar for the first movie he wrote. He and Jennifer developed a strong love story, and they were the most famous lovers in the world. Ben Affleck even formally asked her to marry him, and they arranged the wedding. But one night before the wedding, a quarrel broke out between the two. She had to postpone the marriage, and after a while Ben Affleck broke up with her. It is said that the reason is Ben Affleck's fear that getting married and having children will affect his acting career.
You think people are, and how you see them when you love them is different than when they reveal later.
Jennifer went into episodes of depression because of what happened, but the bad things didn't end here. Many in the audience began to question her talent and that she was not fit to be a famous star.
She is just a pretty face, or whatever they were saying about me, and I started thinking, yeah, that's true. And it really hurt me for a long time.
Jennifer realized that she had to forget the past and start over. Because if she surrenders to the opinions of others, she will collapse and will never be able to rise again. Indeed, Jennifer met a new person, married him, and started her own family.
Here's what changed in my life. I had given birth, and the kids honestly just gave me a new direction. It just made me realize what was real and what wasn't real, and they just changed everything. I started thinking about life in a different way. Like I said, I started asking more questions of myself, of love, of what was right, of what was wrong, all because I wanted their life to be great too, And I knew for their life to be great, my life had to be great, and I needed to fix some things.
Jennifer has learned that she can achieve anything if she can believe in herself.
I always thought that I was going to find happiness and love out. Another person was going to give that to me. And then I realized that that's not how it is at all. Like, you actually get to be happy all by yourself, if you can just kind of appreciate yourself and know your worth and your value.
She began to return to fulfill her old dream after she was able to stabilize her life. Her acting talent was recognized when she was nominated for an Academy Award.
Support one another and tell your stories. And remember, no is not an answer. It's an opportunity.
But then a miracle happened that everyone thought was beyond their imagination. In 2018, Affleck separated from his wife, actress Jennifer Garner, whom he married in 2005. Then the spark of old love began to ignite again. 20 years after the beginning of their first love story, Ben Affleck is reconnecting with his 52-year-old lover. That was after Jennifer Lopez starred in the movie Marry Me. As if the movie was a signal to the couple's return to their first relationship. The first pictures of the wedding were revealed. Jennifer Lopez appeared in a simple yet elegant white wedding dress, holding a bouquet of flowers in her hand and kissing and hugging Ben. It is said that the two got married secretly in Las Vegas, according to TMZ, proving that true love always wins in the end.